Alright, this is a video for 2HT about the revision of chapter 3. And chapter 3 was mostly about drawing graphs and generating formulas. So it's a very good thing that we repeat this one more time, because next year it will come back. And now I will try to explain it as good as I can so everybody still knows it. The first question says, draw the graphs of these formulas in different figures. The first formula is V equals 0.4t plus 3. So I have a set of x's here. I already made this in advance, so it wouldn't take too much time to make it now. Right? I'm going to write down the formula here. The formula is 0.4t plus 3. Now the first thing that you do when you want to draw a graph is you make a table. And then you always write down this letter on top, and you always write down that letter at the bottom. And then you're going to fill in two random numbers. Now 0 is always a number that's easy to use. Most of the time 2 also, but for this formula I'm actually going to use 5. And the reason for that is because 0.4 times 5 is a whole number, and then it's easier to draw. Now if t is 0, then the 0 is going to be there. So that means 0.4 times 0, well that's 0, plus 3 will be 3, right? So the 3 will be there. And if t is 5, then you have 0.4 times 5, which is 2. And 2 plus 3 is also 5. And then our table is finished, and then we can actually draw the graph. So that's why I also brought a pencil, because you always have to draw with pencil, right? Here we have 0.3, so that's that point over there. And here we have 5.5, which is this point over there. And then we just draw a straight line through those 2 points. And then the only thing that we have to do to finish our set of x's in our graph is put down the correct letters here. So the V is going to go over there, and the T is going to go over here. And then the graph is finished. Now let me show you another graph. I'm not going to do all 3 of them, but I am going to do the next one, which is the formula L equals minus 1.5 P plus 4. So here I have a new sheet here. I'm going to write down the formula. L equals minus 1.5 P plus 4. And then again, if you want to draw a graph, then first you always make a table. I'm going to put this letter P over there, and that letter I'm going to put over here. Alright, then I'm going to fill in 2 random numbers. Now 0 is always easy to use, and in this case, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use 2, because 1.5 times 2 is still a whole number. If you fill in 0 in the formula, you get minus 1.5 times 0, so that's going to be 0. Plus 4 is going to be 4. So the 4 is over there. And then you have minus 1.5 times 2. So that's 3. So minus 3 plus 4 is going to be 1. So that's why we have a 1 there. So then we have enough information to draw a graph. 0.4 means 0.4. So that's over there. And 2.1 means, well, 2.1. So that's over there. And then we're going to draw a straight line through these 2 points like that. And then our graph is almost finished. The only thing that we have to do is put the correct letters at the correct places. So the P is going to be over here, and the L is going to be over there. So hopefully it's clear to everyone how to draw a graph, right? Because now we're going to do the opposite. Now we already have a graph, as you can see over here, and now we have to generate the formula for the line. So here we have this figure. It says W, here it says T, and this is the line. It goes through 100 here, and if you go 1, 2, 3 places to the left, you go 1 place up, right? But here it's steps of 1, and here it's steps of 50. So here we go 50 up when we go 3 to the right. Now if you want to generate the formula for the line, then the first thing that you do is you write down what the formula should look like, which is always the same. It's y equals ax plus b. And then the a is the gradient. And for the gradient you learned that you have to do vertical divided by horizontal. So you have to do the vertical change divided by the horizontal change. Now if you take a look at this graph, if you go from here to there, let me make lines like this, we go 50 up when we go 3 to the right. Right? So the vertical divided by horizontal will be 50 divided by 3, which is rounded off 16.7. The B is always easier to do because that's the y-intercept. That's the number where it goes through the y-axis. So that's 100. So once you have that, we can now write down the formula. And please be careful that you use the correct letters, because here it says W and here it says T. So the formula is going to be W equals 16.7 times T plus 100. And that's the formula for exercise 33. Let me show you this again for exercise 34. Now, I do advise you to try and make this yourself, right, before you watch this video. See if you understand it, especially after this one, because then you know that you really know it well or not, right? Here we have y equals ax plus b. Always write down that first. And then we're going to calculate the gradient. So if you take a look at this figure here, we can see that we start at 4, and then when we go 2 to the right, we go 1 down, right? But this is just actually 1. But this is 200, right? Because every step is 100 here. So that means that the vertical change is -1 because we go 1 down, right? If you read from the left to the right, you can see the graph goes down. The horizontal change is 200, so here we have minus 0.005. That's the gradient. And then the y-intercept is just 4, because you can see it goes through the y-axis at 4. Then we're going to write down the formula, so we take a look which letters we have to use. Those letters are R and M. So we write down that R equals minus 0.005 times M plus 4. And that's the formula for exercise 34. So hopefully this is clear to you. If not, send me a message. I'll be happy to explain something to you. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.